But right now, we're going to hit Dave Brown and his Slingerland Black Beauty. Here we are again, folks. Welcome all you collectors. Jim Messina here once again. And this is Dave Brown. He's back again. It's 2006. We're at the show, and the weather is really cooperating with us this year. I asked Dave what he's got to show us this year. You all remember him talking about his impeccable sets last year. He showed us his book, and he's been kind enough to come out here and talk with us. He's going to show us a new acquisition that he has right here in this case. What do you got, Dave?
Hi, guys.
Look at that. Holy.
Well, everyone's looking at a 1927 Slingerland Black Beauty. An extremely rare drum. Only 12 so far known to exist. And I'm lucky enough to have one. It's taken me 15 years to find one. And I'm extremely proud and extremely pleased to show it off to everybody that wants to look at it. As you can see, the engraving on the shell is quite magnificent. A lot of the lacquer is still left on. A lot of the engraving is still quite clean. Some of the hardware has seen slightly better days, but it's no more than slightly below average wear, and all that can be rectified because I'm lucky enough to have another drum that I can transfer all the hardware from and put it onto this drum. Slingerland Black Beauties are extremely rare, a lot rarer than the Ludwig and Ludwig equivalent of the same era, hence there are only a dozen of these drums known. And so far this is the only piece that I've got in 2006, and I'm extremely pleased to show it off.
Now last year, I believe you got something in sea green from Mike Corrado. I think I saw you putting it into your case.
Last year I bought a 6.5 Slingerland tone flange fancher model.
That was it.
Sea green pearl. I already have the 5-inch drum, and now I have the 6.5 to complement that. And that will go on the set.
So is this about it for you for the year to purchase this drum?
This is it for me as far as my Slingerland collection is concerned. I mean, I don't need any other early pieces, but I will stay collecting tone flange drums. As many as I can get a hold of, I'll try and get a hold of them.
Now, for those of us who don't know what a tone flange is, I think you described it a little bit last year, but can you actually see on the inside and show us the flange? What do you mean by a tone flange?
Well, this drum doesn't have a tone flange.
Okay, I see.
The tone flange sits on the underneath.
Sort of like a hubcap, it looks like,
exactly
right?
like a hubcap. Basically, it's banjo technology applied to drums. Because when Slingerland were making the tone flange drums, they were basically a new company, a new drum company. But their technology was banjo based. And it was basically a method of controlling the tone of the drum. Rather than having a muffler on the side of the drum, Slingerland's version was to have a brass hubcap, or tone flange as they called it, that sat on the top bearing edge. And it worked very well.
Now with this particular drum, how much cleaning would you do to this, or what condition would this be considered to be?
The condition of this drum is probably as close to a 7 or an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
And what makes the condition of this drum isn't the hardware, isn't the tube lugs, isn't the tension rods. It's primarily the shell and the engraving, and the quality of the engraving, and how much black is left on the shell.
When you say black, now do you mean black nickel? Is that what that's?
Black nickel,
okay.
Exactly. Because if you polish this shell, you take all the black off.
I've seen many Black Beauties, and the Leadies, most Black Elites that have been buffed down to just the brass shell. Is that because most of that black finish has been rubbed off by someone trying to polish it too much?
That's exactly why most of that finish is worn off.
What do you recommend so that you don't make any mistakes on polishing that black finish?
Don't touch it.
Really?
Don't touch it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I see. I see.
If the finish has gone to such an extent that you think, well, maybe I could improve on it, and you're not going to detract any money from the drum, then maybe have a go. But other than that, I would suggest just to leave it and keep it cased up. Just look after the thing.
Yeah. Now, normally we would ask, where'd you get this drum? But you've already told me that the person doesn't really want their name revealed.
Well, the only thing I can say as far as that's concerned, it came from the East Coast, from a quite famous drummer who would rather remain anonymous and doesn't want me to mention where it was from.
And we certainly want to respect that, but we can sure appreciate a drum of this caliber. And it's so nice to talk to you every year because you've got such great stuff. This is the kind of stuff we expect from you. And everybody gets excited when they hear that I'm going to talk to Dave Brown because they want to see what he's got.
Well, thanks, Jim.
So today we're also going to try to talk to Mike Corrado, who's another we consider him a superstar. Again, that you're on that same level too. That has these impeccable sets, and we were always just left astounded, wondering where the hell they get these sets. So it's going to be a great show this year. So far, I've shown you all a general view of the show, and now we're starting to hone in on the collectors themselves and what they've done this year. So Dave Brown once again from England.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, pal.
And we'll see you next year.
See ya.